I wanted to share some things with you today. Donald Trump went into office November 2016, and at that time, my business was in the tank, thanks to Obama and his policies and the failure of his economic whatever you call it. I don't know what exactly the right word for it, but we all were in the tank. Uh, After getting my local business license today, we always had to pay on our gross. And I was out of curiosity. I asked the lady that was looking at all my paperwork, uh, how much had my business increased since President Trump come into office. So she got the calculator out and started adding numbers. And when she got through, she said, "You're not gonna believe this, Mr. Reynolds. Your business has increased 79% since Donald Trump took office." So I called a couple of my friends, and they started looking at theirs, and I think everyone I talked to today, their business has increased over 50% since 2016, but mine was 79.21%. So I wanted to share that with you because now I can actually go out to eat, pay my bills, and actually survive right now. But I wanted to address the virus that we got. A lot of people keep calling it the coronavirus, and I don't know why. Because we know it came from the Democrats. We know they're behind it. We know they're scheming with China. Since the impeachment failed, you haven't heard a word out of Nancy Pelosi, Jerry Nadler, or Pencil Neck Ship. So now that this virus has came out, I think the Democrats own it. So the only thing I can figure, we can call it the blue virus. And I want all of you to make this go viral. Do not say coronavirus again. Say blue virus. The Democrats own this. And with their behavior now, we know they own it because this has turned into a political fiasco. Got to looking around again on the internet, looking at some different things. And first, we've had 36 deaths in the United States so far. I have 1,000 people infected. So that's big news. Worldwide, we've had 4,373 deaths. And that's we usually have 12 to 61,000 deaths a year from the flu alone. But as I was looking around for viruses and the worst thing we've had, the swine flu came up in my search. And it came up from 2009 into 2010. And what I didn't know is that we had 17,000 people in the United States die. 1,800 was children. And Obama was president at that time, and I don't remember any borders being closed. I don't remember us having the panic that we have right now. I know no ball games were canceled. And the CDC estimated between 41 million and 84 million people had a case of the H1N1 virus, is what they called it. And altogether, they know there was 57 million people affected. I mean, that's documented. So, 17,000 people died, and you didn't hardly hear anything about it. And now, this doctor goes on TV today, Anthony, his last name's Fauci. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Don't need to know how, because he's an idiot. I listened to him talk, and he's talking about preaching this panic and how we need to close the borders and we need to stay inside. And it looks like he was appointed director in 1984. And he works for the World Health Organization, the way it looks, or part of it. And another thing, the World Health Organization is part of NATO. Now, if you know who NATO is, you know they've been after Donald Trump since day one because he's not a global president. He's an American president. So he doesn't really care about what's going around the globe. It's none of our business. We've got to take care of at home and Americans first. But back to this doctor. He's been there since 1984. And I look at all the stuff we've had since then, and the swine flu, which went into effect in 2009. He was there then. He didn't scream panic. He didn't scream bloody murder. He didn't scream close the borders. None of this stuff. And then I got looking at the biggest killers that we've had so far. And a lot of us are going to be surprised that AIDS has killed 36 million people. Now, that's surprising considering we rolled out the red carpet for gay people. And we enticed the gay people to be gay. In other words, from what I understand, we back it all we can. And, I've got some gay friends, and the way they live is their business, but we've had 36 million deaths from AIDS, which comes usually from gay people or either sharing drugs, sharing needles. So that's one thing. Brought the needles in San Francisco. We brought the needles out for that to try to stop it. And then, of course, we had the flu. 50 million people died from the flu. And the malaria, 50 billion. Tuberculosis, 1 billion. And smallpox, 500 million. Now, these are deadly diseases. And I swear, I just don't remember the border being shut down. I don't remember ball games being canceled. I don't remember any of the Democrats screaming to stop living your life. And, if this blue virus that we got right now is so bad, then shouldn't the Democrats be closing the borders all they can? If they don't want us to go out of our house and we can't go out of our country, then why in the hell are we opening the gates up for everybody to bring the disease into our country? If we've only had 36 people die here, and worldwide we've had over 4,000, that tells us the disease is overseas in other countries. So why would we invite them here, not just to visit, but to live with us? Wouldn't we want to stop the disease spread all we could? But today I've been listening to all the professionals talk about what they're going to do to help us and how they're going to stop the spread of it. And the one thing I've seen, the common goal is to make President Trump look as bad as they can. From what I understand, they've done all they could to put this virus on Trump. President Trump took the initiative 3 weeks before all hell broke loose in the United States to try to stop travel or slow it down. And he's done all he could to protect Americans. And tonight he'll be speaking at 9 o'clock. And I'm curious to see what he says. He was going to suspend payroll taxes for you small businessman, which would help people like me tremendously. But you've even got some of the Republican senators against it. I think one of the guys in South Dakota said he thought it was a bad decision. So, as a small businessman, this blue virus is definitely going to affect me in the next few weeks to come. Now, the work I've already had planned, people was going ahead with it. But last night, I went to the ACC basketball tournament down at the Greensboro Coliseum. And there may have been a couple thousand seats empty from where the game earlier, the fans had left after their team had played. But from what I've seen, it was business as usual. Everywhere I went today, I've had to wait to buy gas. I've had to wait to buy food. I've had to wait to buy building materials. Traffic is like Friday afternoon after payday on every road I've been on today. This blue virus is what the Democrats think will stop President Trump being reelected. This blue virus is going to make all of us see red. We're going to see red because we have losses in our business. And we're going to see red when we go vote because we're going to vote Republican. So let them keep preaching the blue virus. Let them keep pushing it on us all they can. The businesses that just had started getting back on their feet after the Obama days are going to be affected by this. They're already talking about bailing out different people, airlines. The housing industry just set records for new homes the last 2 months. So I hope I'm not the only one in America that can see that the Democrats are 100% behind this blue virus that we got going on. So I've said all I got to say for right now. I will give you some more stats later on. But we've had 36 deaths in America out of 1,000 people that's been infected. Worldwide, it's been over 4,000 people died. Now, the math does not add up compared to 2009 when we had the swine flu or the H1N1 when 18,000 people died and you didn't hear a word about it. All I can ask is give President Trump your support. If you're a businessman and you have to lay your workers or your employees off or put them on short time, your profits drop the next few months, remember this when you go vote. Send a message to the Democrats like we did last time. Vote red. Because right now, my ass is red from what I've been putting up with the last couple months with this bunch of idiots they call Democrats. So I'm going to sign off right now before I say some more ugly things. Because right now, I'm about as mad as I can get, and I am seeing red because of a blue virus that shouldn't be affecting my life, shouldn't be affecting the way I live my life, shouldn't be affecting the way I travel. So right now, when I get done, I want you to share this with everyone, and I want everyone to call it the blue virus. When somebody says something about the virus, the coronavirus, I don't know what you're talking about. The blue virus, because this is the Democrats. The Democrats own it. So make sure when you talk to someone, you let them know this is a blue virus, and it's the Democrats' virus.